Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Archie's Briefings. I'm your host, Arshel Branch, and today, you guys, we're going to do something a little different. We are not talking about the political landscape today. We're not talking about why I don't like some of these far leftists, why I can't stand communism, all the rest of it, right? We're just not talking about that today because there's been something on my mind. I've been seeing it all over YouTube, X, and it seems to be a major conversation. We're going to talk about the Obama's possible divorce. I just, like, my mind can't even comprehend the idea of the two of them getting divorced, Michelle and Barack Obama. It just even flows properly off the tongue, like when you say it, right? I can't even believe this. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we go ahead and do that, you guys, if you're new to the channel, take the time to subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and let's talk about the Obama's rumored divorce. Go ahead and let's talk about that, shall we?
There is something that has been on my heart that I did want to discuss. Discipline is a huge part of being productive, being lucrative. I am not for anything that goes against true productivity, true sovereignty of the individual. The choices that we make are what's going to be up for judgment.
All right, you guys. So, as I said in the open, we're going to talk about Michelle and Barack Obama's rumored divorce. I did not know what to think about this. I see polls all over YouTube, people asking the question, do you think Barack and Michelle are going to get divorced? And with, a distinctive it's just a clear decision for me, you guys. No, no, no. Every time I see a poll of this, it's just no, they're not going to get divorced. So here's the crazy thing. I don't even like these people. Y'all know me. If you're someone who has been a subscriber to the channel, you've been watching my podcast, The Coffee Time, you guys know how I feel about the Obamas, how I feel about neocon Republicans. You know how I feel about Democrats, right? Like, the Democrats in office, I should say more accurately. But y'all know how I feel about these people. I don't like them. And I just could not understand why I was having such a childish reaction. It was like hearing as if my own parents were getting divorced. And I just couldn't believe this. I kept thinking to myself, yeah, no, I don't even know why people are even having this conversation. Like, of course they're not getting divorced. It's like not even a thing. No one is doing that. She comes out with a podcast and I'm not going to show any clips of that, you guys, because I just think it's atrocious, where she's talking about her pet peeves with Obama. But I'm like, they've been married for a couple of decades. She's allowed to do a podcast and talk about the struggles of being married. I mean, granted, this is about as intimate. I don't think anybody really wanted to be that intimate with any former president and first lady. I don't need to know what your pet peeves are. It's just weird, but it's a different time, different era, different century. So, you could just come out with a podcast, Michelle, and talk about how it is being married to Barack, right? He's just another man. But for the rest of us, it's like, yeah, nah, he was the president. So it's weird. You talking about your pet peeves, that he was always late. Like, that's not a good look, right? You were the president. Hearing from your wife that you were always late, it's just not a good look for me. I don't think it's a good look for her at all to be talking about those things. But it does give some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it just gives legs to the rumor that they might be getting divorced, because otherwise, why go out here and make him look bad? Like, why go out here and say he used to be late? But then she cleaned it up and said, well, he's gotten better at it. Well, I hope so. I hope he got better just before he became the president of the United States. You can't be showing up late to meetings and we're talking about putting ends to wars in Afghanistan. I mean, I hope he did get better at that, Michelle. Like, you just got to be better about this. But I couldn't understand, you guys, why this bothered me so much. Because I remember I was having a conversation with my twin sister, and I said to her, I was even talking about it this morning, because it was just, again, another poll popped up in my YouTube feed. And yet again, I clicked, no, they are not getting divorced. And I just could not understand why it bothered me so much. And finally, my sister said something, and it made so much sense. It rang really true with me. Well, yeah, you don't have to like them. The issue that you're having, Arshel, my twin sister says to me, is that they were a first family. It was because he was the president. It's because he's a former president and a former first lady. That's what this is, that you feel the kind of way. Now, you don't have to like them. It's the fact that they are a former president and first lady. And that has never happened in the history of this country, where you had a former president and first lady get divorced. We've had people be divorced before they became the president. Obviously, that's true of our current president, Donald J. Trump. That is true with Ronald Reagan. He was first married to Jane Wyman. That didn't work out, so they divorced, and he married Nancy. Like, right. You mean, so this is not a new phenomenon, finding someone who was once married before, then divorced, remarried, and it's the new wife that becomes the first lady. That's true with even our guy today, right? That's true. But never have you ever had a president, a former president and first lady divorce after the fact. Like that's never happened. Like, they were the first Black president and first lady. Not every first is a good thing. Don't be the like what, and then you're Black. Really, like you got to be the first Black couple who was the first Black president and the first lady that was also Black. And you're talking about divorce, like you people. Like, I just what?
Why would you do that?
And so, you guys, I'm going to show you some of the clips that I've been seeing on YouTube that's just been circulating. It's just one of many. I'm not going to show you all of them or all the ones that I've seen, just one of them. So I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and I'm going to show you the clip that I saw of this. I'm going to link his content in my description because I want to give credit to the creator. His name is escaping me at the moment, but I'm going to go ahead and run that clip for you guys of this gentleman talking about this situation with Michelle and Barack. Let's go ahead and let's run that first clip, shall we? All right, you guys. So this gentleman's name is Zach Peter. I will link this video in the description so you guys can watch the full thing because we're not going to watch the whole thing right now. But as you can see in the background, it's a picture of Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston. I don't know if you guys know, but a couple of weeks ago, there were rumors that Obama had cheated on Michelle with Jennifer Aniston. And I refuse to believe this. It's just, no, I don't buy it. I'm just not going to be one of those people. I don't like him, right? Like, I'm not even trying to defend him. I will come at him sideways every which way possible when we're talking about his policies. But when it comes to his personal life, I always thought that Michelle and Barack kind of had a solid relationship. You know, granted, there were rumors that she was a man. I will leave that to Candace Owens or Joan Rivers. She passed away, obviously. You know, God rest her soul. But aside from those rumors about Michelle being a man, right? Like they always look like they had it together, right? Like they were, a loyal couple, that they just had each other's backs. And so I was not trying to believe it. So let's go ahead and let's run Zach Peters' video where he goes into all of this so-called juicy details about this relationship. Okay, let's go ahead and let's run that, shall we?
Don't shoot the messenger and hear me out, but is there a world in which these Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston rumors are actually true, that they may actually be having some sort of love affair? I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. So Jessica Reed Krause, who you may know of as House and Habit on Instagram, on her Substack revealed that she got some new juicy info, right? And there have been rumblings about Barack and Michelle for years. And despite a few random Instagram posts, like we have not publicly seen them together in a while. Most notably, she did not attend Jimmy Carter's funeral. He attended alone. Now, when it comes to the inauguration, I get it. Barack, Michelle may not have wanted to go because she doesn't like Trump. I can see how you can make that argument. But the Jimmy Carter funeral, very, very sus, very sketchy. And no.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there, right? I mean, even in this picture, right, she doesn't look like she likes him right there. It's like, gosh, those rumors about Jennifer Aniston. That's like, yeah, no. First of all, the fact that not so much a fact, right? But the rumor of it. She goes on Jimmy Kimmel. He flat out asks her, is she having an affair with Barack Obama? And, she really didn't answer the question convincingly, which I think the audience picked up on, which we all really picked up on. And it was a little bit disturbing I'll say, speaking for me personally, it was a bit disturbing. It's like, woman, Brad Pitt cheated on you with Angelina Jolie and everybody chose your side. Now, if he's cheating on Michelle with you, what do you think is going to happen? We're all going to side with the wife. I mean, right. We're all going to side with the wife. It's just what it is. It's just a normal reaction here. Like, come on. This really bothers me, you guys. And she didn't show up to the Jimmy Carter funeral. I will give you the inauguration, but the funeral happened before that. It's like, okay, so she didn't show up to the funeral, and this was a bit suspicious. I don't like that sus nonsense. It's like, really, we can't say suspicious words, people. I use slang myself, but come on. Sus, really? Side note. But ultimately, it's like, really? Come on, Jen. And then she didn't answer the question convincingly, so it didn't help that at all. And then Michelle Obama comes out with a podcast where she's talking about her pet peeves with Barack Obama. As I said earlier, she's talking about being in the dating world. And, she said in her trailer for the podcast that this is about taking people's questions and, answering questions about what it is to live a life in America, what dating is like, marriage, parenthood, all of it. And so, can we say that she's talking about dating from her own situation, which a lot of people were suspecting is what was the case? It's just, okay, I'm gonna let him finish.
Real reason as to why she didn't attend the Jimmy Carter funeral. Now, there have been rumors that have circulated about the Obamas living separate lives for, a couple years now. And I think people were predicting that there would be a divorce announcement that would be coming soon because they essentially seem to be living apart. Personally, I kind of see it like a Kyle and Mauricio situation where technically we're still married, but we live separate lives. We're no longer really together, and we're sort of allowed to date other people as long as we keep it discreet.
I'm like, this is just absolutely ridiculous to me, you guys. Again, never in the history of our country have you ever had a former president and first lady get divorced. And for these rumors to be, circulating around the first Black family who became the president and first lady certainly doesn't help. Like, I'm not this, yay, Black power, Black lives matter. I'm not that person, right? I'm not that person. Y'all know me. But when you see so-called prominent Black people who are supposed to be representing the best of Black America, you look at the Obamas, not so much in the policies, but they kind of have those values, right? They have been married for years. They have children. They say that they believe in a higher power and that they live their lives by these things. So whether you believe it or not, that's the so-called image that they're putting forward. And then these rumors come out. And I'm like, it's looking too much like this is a possibility. And that's why I decided to do a video about this, you guys, because it was driving me crazy. It's like, no, I don't even like these people. But it bothers me so much, the idea that they would get a divorce. Yo, Kennedy was having orgies in the White House and cheated on Jackie with Marilyn Monroe, yet she did not leave her husband. Hillary Clinton, come on, we all know about Bill. Come on, we all know about Bill. Yet she did not leave her husband. Now, we can all say that there were some political aspirations she had where it would work out better for her if she stayed married to the guy. I don't care what the reasons are. The fact of the matter is, once you become the president and first lady, I don't think y'all should be getting divorced. Now, if you feel like this is something that might happen in the future, then don't become the damn president. I know it sounds irrational, but that's how it's feeling. Like, I don't like the idea that this is something that is just out there. And, very little is coming from the Obama camp, from either of the Obamas, from Michelle, from Barack, where they're just trying to silence that. They're not, getting photographed together. They're not out and about regularly. I mean, even if they wanted to, quiet the storm, go on a date night where you are obviously public and photographs are being taken of you, and we can clearly see, oh no, they love each other. These are just crazy rumors. No, they clearly love each other. That's what we need. That's what we need to see. That's what I need to see, because I don't like y'all worth a dang. However, I don't like the idea about getting divorced, and it bothers me because you were the former president and first lady. It bothers me. And then you're Black. Like, yo, we can't have that. We can't have that. Like, that's a problem. It's like people were so offended when they learned about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Like, they were freaking out over that because clearly this is not a good relationship, but yet everybody was looking at them like they were such a dynamic duo here. That's how we were looking at Michelle and Barack. If Barack and Michelle get divorced, I would actually be sad by this. And that's not even the end of it. It's, again, because they're not coming out taking photographs. They're not giving comments about whether or not these are allegations that are true. Like, are they just waiting to drop it on the American people? Yeah, so we had a good run. We even made it as the president and first lady, but we're just calling it quits now. They're not saying anything about this. And she's coming out with a podcast. She's come out with a podcast, IMO. It's her and her older brother. And it's not doing very well. CNN had something to say about this. Ana Navarro had something to say about this. I'm going to run that clip from CNN just so you guys can get my thoughts, my reaction on that, and how I think that plays a role in what's going on with these divorce rumors. Let's go ahead and let's run that clip, shall we? All right, you guys. So this is the clip off of CNN where they are talking about Michelle Obama having a podcast. I don't know if you guys can see at the top there, but Scott Jennings says Michelle Obama's influence is overrated, but we're not talking about whether or not she's got influence. We're talking about how this plays a role in the divorce rumors. Let's go ahead and let's run this clip, and I'll give you guys my understanding as to why this plays a role in that. Let's go ahead and let's run the clip, shall we?
I think she's living her best life. I think she's doing whatever the hell she wants, wearing whatever the hell she wants, putting her hair in whatever shape she wants.
She's got to do it. I don't like it. Just another lifestyle podcast.
She can't stay out of it. She can't just
Can't stay out of it.
She's making money and having fun.
Anyhow, So how does this play a role in the divorce rumors with, Michelle and Barack? Like, what does this have to say? First of all, listen to what Ana Navarro was saying. I think she's living her best life, right? That's just one of the things. She's making money and having fun. Okay, so not to say that these are bad things. These are obviously not bad things. Making money, having fun, living your best life, right? I mean, that phrase, living your best life, has become a cliche, but it's really become a cliche for a lot of single women, right? And I think that says a lot. Like, it's a lifestyle podcast. It's not a political one. It's not about trying to understand about Black MAGA, Don Lemon, just to throw that out there. But this isn't about politics. This isn't about where the future of the Democrat Party is going. This is a lifestyle podcast, and she's talking about pet peeves with her husband and dating. And then Ana Navarro comes out here and says she's living her best life. She's having fun and making money doing it. When you say having fun, when you say that, when we hear that from women, what do we think? Enjoying your hoe days. When you say she's living her best life, we're just assuming that these are single people, because again, this is a cliche that you hear a lot of from single women specifically. And it's like, you cannot have the former first lady talking lifestyle about dating. Like, it would be better. I would prefer it if she were talking about politics, right? I would just prefer it. Michelle, it would break my heart if you guys got divorced. Again, you guys should go watch this whole clip, because politics wise, it's a great clip. And I think Scott Jennings was amazing. I'm going to come out of this clip here. Long story short, you guys, because again, I don't want this episode to be that long. It's not really going to be that long, because again, we're talking about a relationship here. We're not a lifestyle podcast here. I don't talk about marriage. I don't talk about dating. That's not my thing. I don't do lifestyle. I talk about politics and I talk about finances. But this had to be discussed, because I was really feeling a kind of way, you guys. I mean, like, I was having a reaction to this. The idea that a former first American family is even considering having a divorce, or these are just rumors that are coming out, and they're not saying anything to calm the storm, to silence the rumors. Nothing is being said about this from either of the Obamas. She does a podcast where it's about lifestyle, where she's talking about dating and pet peeves with her husband. I mean, like, your podcast is failing, woman. I mean, I don't know why someone didn't come out here and tell her why this was not a good idea.
If we had a week, I couldn't list all the reasons that won't work.
I don't like them. But the idea that you two are even considering a divorce, that bothers me. No. Again, Jackie Kennedy did not leave her husband. Okay? Hillary Clinton did not leave her husband. And as the first Black couple to reach that height of the president and first lady, y'all better not get divorced, because that certainly doesn't help. And if they do, you guys, and he ends up with Jen Ann, or he ends up with a white woman, that certainly doesn't help. And Black women are going to be pissed. I mean, they're going to be pissed. It's just going to be a whole thing. And I'm not saying that I'd be pissed about this. And it's not because he ends up with a white woman. It's simply because you were the first Black president of the United States, and she was the first Black first lady, and that is monumental. That's a big thing. It's a monumental thing. Everybody understands that. Not every first is a good thing. Try not to get divorced. That'd be helpful. Like, Michelle, please. Like, I'm like, I don't know if it's because of something he did. I don't know if it's because of something you did. I don't know if it's because you got females out here telling you live your best life, have some fun, drop the man and do your own thing. Because again, she is one of the most popular people in the Democrat Party. She's the number one at the list for running for president. And does she need Obama for that? Like, is she in the same boat as Hillary Clinton? Like, Hillary Clinton needed to be married to Bill, but does she absolutely need to be married to Barack Obama to even consider running for president? One would hope yes. I mean, look, I don't want her to run for president, obviously, but I'm like, again, it's irrational. It's irrational. I can't even get behind this, you guys. You get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. I mean, do you even care? I mean, you can be honest with me, you guys. Am I just being crazy? Does it even matter? It bothers me, and it bothers me because historically speaking, this has never happened. And it certainly doesn't help that they are the first Black couple to reach the presidency and first lady status. That if these are rumors that are actually found to be true, then this would just be devastating. I mean, for the first Black president, who is a former president now, to be divorced. Again, I can't wrap my head around that. You get in the comments, let me know what you think about this. Because again, I just quite stunned. I am done. If you guys are new to the channel, you go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way you never miss an episode. You guys can support the channel by Cash Apping me at #RShellBranch. The link to the Cash App is in the bio of my YouTube channel. So just scroll up, hit the link, and go ahead and support the show. I'll be very devastated, you guys. I'd be devastated. You let me know. Have a good night. God bless. Love you guys. Kepla.